I'm just going to run through some of these, my goodness, things that are going on. Check this out. A pair charged with voter fraud allegedly submitted thousands of fraudulent applications on behalf of homeless people. Now, this is in California. The two men were charged with 41 counts of criminal complaint. 41! This is insane. Two men were charged with voter fraud after they allegedly submitted thousands of fraudulent voter registration applicants on behalf of the homeless people. It was announced on Tuesday. Carlos Antonio de Bourbon, Montenegro, 53, and Marcus Raul Arevalo, 34, was charged in a 41-count criminal complaint filed last week. The pair faces 1 count of conspiracy to commit voter fraud, 8 counts of voter fraud, 4 counts of procuring and offering a false and forged instrument, and 4 misdemeanor counts of interference with a prompt transfer of a completed affidavit, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. My goodness, this is one incident. One, okay? And these are thousands of ballots, over 2,000 ballots just from these two guys, all right? Now this is the beginning. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. RNC monitor catches election worker in Georgia switching Trump votes to Biden votes. Let's read about it. An RNC monitor who was observing the ballot recount in Georgia said an auditor was caught changing votes from Trump to Biden 3 times in 3 minutes. Now, that's just while I was standing. This is a quote. Now that's just while I was standing there. Does that sound... so does the second checker catch it every time? Hale Saucy, the monitor asked a Project Veritas undercover reporter. Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe sent a team of undercover journalists to the Georgia recount to record any suspicious activity. It wasn't long before one of his insiders came across some irregularities. Quote, this lady 3 times in 3 minutes, from 2 minutes and 9 seconds to 2 minutes and 12 seconds, got 3. She got 3 wrong, Saucy told the Veritas reporter. Does it get corrected the next time? He fretted. As usual, the mistakes went one way, of course, because all of these glitches, these mistakes, that's what they're trying to do. There's no voter fraud. It's just a bunch of mistakes. It's just a bunch of accidents and computer glitches. And no, like we're not doing any fraud. It's just the machines malfunctioning 100% in one direction. Yeah, no. All right, now they're catching. Now we've got these guys in California, 41 counts of election fraud. Well, with multiple different things that they're being arrested for, but it's proof that there is fraud. Now we have during the recount that they're just switching it. These people are biased. They are clearly changing votes. There's proof of it. Let's keep reading. Saucy said he had to leave the table to observe election workers at the next who were also behaving suspiciously. He said a counter was handing an auditor a ballot, and then the auditor accepted the vote for Biden without even bothering to check it. She's not even looking at it. She's putting it in, Saucy says. The person who is supposed to be auditing it, he explained. Saucy said he reported the problem to the Cobb County election officials who told him they'd talk to the auditors. Oh, great. We'll talk to them. Yeah, they're not going to talk to them. They don't care. After that, the auditor got all cutesy, Saucy noted, sarcastically putting the ballot up close to her face to examine the ballots when she knew he was watching. Yeah, look, I'm reading it. I'm reading this. I'm reading it. I could see it. They don't care. These people don't even care anymore. They're just blatantly going, we don't care. We make the rules. We change the rules because we think you're all evil, so what we're doing is justified. That's what's happening right now. That's what we're seeing. That's what, when he says, she got all cutesy. Yeah, because they don't care. All right? He said when he started walking away, he saw her glaring at him. Yeah. That's a Karen right there. That's when things started to get real shady, like really tense and crap, Saucy told the Veritas reporter. He said that no matter where he was standing in the room, she and a couple of others would call their bosses and point at him. Quote, I haven't touched anybody, haven't talked to anybody, end quote. The RNC monitor said defensively, quote, all I'm doing is writing down and observing and telling what happened, end quote. Saucy said that he observed several other election workers talking with the auditor and pointing at them. at him. Then, while he was talking or taking a stroll around the room, he said he heard the hostile auditor railing against him. Quote, I'm paid by the taxpayer, and this effing a-hole is coming out and watching me. Wow. So she's complaining that the guy who's doing his job is doing his job. Why? What is so wrong with transparency? Right. They don't want transparency because with transparency, they can't cheat. They can't just blatantly go, yeah, this one's for Biden. This one's for Biden. It's for Biden. Yeah. This is for Biden. Don't look at it. Just trust me. All right? The taxpayers pay me to do this. This is my job. How dare you do your job, sir? Oh my goodness. All right, so there's plenty more, but that's basically sums it up. I want to keep moving. I just saw this one right before I went live. Another Georgia county has uncovered 2,700 missing votes. Secretary of State's office says 2,700 votes. Oh, sorry. I bet you can guess who those votes were for. Let's find out, shall we? During the hand recount, Fayette County uncovered 2,755 votes that were not included in the initial count. Secretary of State official Gabrielle Sterling said that these ballots were scanned onto a card, but those votes were never uploaded into the initial count. He says there were several backups designated to catch this issue, and that it falls to the workers who didn't follow the procedure. Boom! More. It's a human error. It's a glitch. It's not voter fraud. It's a mistake. Oh my gosh. Of the votes that are now being added to the total, 1,577 were for Donald Trump. 1,100 were for Joe Biden, and the rest were for Joe Jorgensen or write-ins. Come on. You can say Kanye West, right? Come on. Who wrote in someone other than Kanye West? Come on. Really? Let me read that again. Of the votes that were finally added to, or who were being added to the total, 1,577 were for Donald Trump, 1,128 were for Joe Biden, the rest were for Joe Jorgensen or Kanye West. That changes the margin of the states by under 500 votes, with Joe Biden now leading Trump by 12,929 votes. So that's just one county, okay? And now I got more. Gosh, there's so much. There's so much. It's just crazy. This is a long article, but this is from Fox News. Tucker Carlson. Yes, dead people voted in this election, and Democrats helped make it happen. And they prove it in this article. They have different people who were dead that voted. Dead people are voting. How? I don't know. Come on. It's getting ridiculous now. They can't. Gosh, it's just. Okay, so they did it. All right. If you just look it up, there's a really long article. There's a lot of information there, so I'm not gonna actually read that one, but I did read it, and they actually cite all the different people that were dead that voted, and I think they said over 15,000 people that voted that were dead, and I guess there was 21,000 people in PA that voted that were dead. How are the dead voting anyway? I have no idea. Check this out. This is another interesting article. Whistleblower allegedly vote rigging system used in Venezuela. Now, it's actually a little bit of a video. It's only 2 minutes long, but it goes over the fact that, well, actually, I'll just read it. It basically sums it up. An alleged whistleblower has come forward who claimed to have witnessed how election software secretly manipulated votes without leaving a trace. Trump campaign lawyer and former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell released a sworn affidavit from the individual. The whistleblower allegedly witnessing a plot to create a sophisticated electronic voting system to manipulate the tabulation of votes, giving the ability to select the winner. This was accomplished between the Smartmatic software executives, the former Venezuelan dictator Hugo Chavez, and Venezuela's election officials. He was able to pick mayors and pick whoever he wanted to win, and that's how they did it. They did it by manipulating the Dominion software. Now, am I going to get in trouble for even talking about this? I don't know. I probably am. They're probably like anyone who's really, bringing this to light is probably going to get hit. But you know what? This is happening. The Dominion software is getting ridiculous. even last year, this is from the National File. Democrats Warren and Klobuchar and Wyden wrote complaint against Dominion in 2019. Yeah, that's right. A year ago, these people were complaining that this software can be taken advantage of to use to cheat. Where are they now? Silent. That's right, they're silent. Warren's talking about wanting to get on the, get in the game. Like, what's up? What can I do? Now that we've taken over, right? Can I get a piece of that? Yeah, they are straight up saying, look, Dominion voting system is front and center in the news today because of glitches and flipped vote counts performed by their software. But while Republicans and conservatives call foul on Dominion, the left is silent. But it wasn't the case a year ago. It's just driving me crazy. And I'm sure a lot of people out there are going, what is going on? I just don't understand. I mean, it's too obvious. They're changing the votes. I mean, all these different votes in different places. As the days go on, they're like, oh, yeah, another glitch. Sorry, this Republican actually won. Sorry. How many times does that happen to have to happen before we go, okay, this is way too widespread. Obviously, there's a problem. That's what I think that they're building. The Kraken, as it were, is essentially just the trap, okay? The trap that knew this was going to happen, let it happen so that they can straight up bring it to the court and be like, see, we knew it was going to happen. We've been watching it happen. We've been tallying every single person that's been letting it happen, and the hammer's coming down. Oh boy, is the hammer coming down. My goodness. Check us out. If Sidney Powell says there was rampant voter fraud, I believe her. Yep, this is from Trey Traynor, head of the Federal Election Commission. Yep, he said that in a tweet today, that he believes her. Powell, a former federal prosecutor, recently claimed the president's legal team has been receiving a deluge of evidence concerning voter fraud and other irregularities, telling Trump Business that she has enough proof to launch a widespread criminal investigation and that, quote, we're getting ready to overturn the election results in multiple states, end quote. Wow, this is what everybody's waiting for. While she declined to detail what evidence she may have in her possession, she insisted, quote, I don't make comments without having the evidence to back it up, end quote. Yeah, wow. Traynor in his tweet called Powell forthright and honest in every case she's ever taken on, adding that, quote, if she says there's rampant voter fraud in the election 2020, I believe her. I believe her too. I've seen enough evidence myself so far without seeing what she's got. I mean, everyone keeps saying like, man, yeah, but I'm losing faith, whatever. And it's like, I'm not losing faith. They have till December 14th. This isn't a quick, come on, let's just flip the switch. No, they're making sure that they catch everybody red-handed, that they have all of the information. Big tech is being pulled into this. They're clearly censoring the president. Facebook changed the president's page to political candidate. He's not even the president anymore on Facebook. He's a political candidate. No, Facebook, he is the president of the United States. Still, sorry to burst your bubble, okay? Right now, he's the president. Joe Biden is not the president. He's not even the president-elect because the news does not pick. Anyway, let's keep reading. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign advisor, Corey Lewandowski, told the Water Cooler podcast that he too believes Powell's claim of having evidence of systemic election fraud. Lewandowski, speaking to podcast host David Brody, called Powell a dogged professional attorney and said that if she says she has that evidence, I have no reason to doubt her at all. It is going to be a time to start to present that evidence and present it to a court of law, he added. Powell's claim centers on the notion that elections software switched millions of votes from President Donald Trump to Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. She said a whistleblower has come forward alleging that the voting software was designed to rig elections. He saw it happen in other countries. She said, apparently referring to the election hardware and software by Dominion Voting Systems and Smartmatic, or perhaps other software and machines. They can stick a thumb drive in the voting machine. They can upload software to it even from the internet, from Germany or Venezuela even, said Powell, adding that operations can watch votes in real time and can shift votes in real time, or alleged bad actors can remote access anything. We've identified mathematically the exact algorithm they used and planned to use from the beginning that allegedly switched votes to Biden, Powell said. Dominion Voting Systems has denied several times to media outlets that its software and devices are not secure or that they were used to switch votes. Dominion Voting Systems categorically denies false assertions about vote switching issues with our voting systems, the company said in a statement. Vote deletion/switching assertions are completely false. No credible reports or evidence of any software issues exist, the company stated, adding, human errors related to reporting tabulated results have arisen in a few counties, including some using Dominion equipment, but the appropriate procedural actions were made by the county to address these errors and were made prior to the canvass process. And when was that exactly? Because from what I've seen, they keep finding these irregularities. They keep finding all of these glitches, and they're always one direction. That's what I don't understand. How is it always one direction? It doesn't make any sense. It's always from Trump to Biden, always. Show me, please. Find something where it goes the other way. I haven't seen it. Trust me. I'm watching this. I'm reading. I'm following all these people that are actually also doing the same thing I'm doing, looking, trying to figure out what's going on. I've only seen it go in one direction. You would think if it was an actual glitch, it would, sporadically go all over the place, and actually it probably wouldn't have been as noticeable. But when it's 100% in one direction, when it goes from Trump to Biden on every single glitch, it stops being a glitch and part of the software, all right? And that's what they're claiming that they have. So that is getting completely out of hand. This is a little video from Scott Adams actually retweeted it from a Peter Duke. All right, I'm just gonna play it. Let me see if I yeah, I think you guys can hear it. Hold on.
Get this straight, and it's a real important point here.
It's only a minute long. 2
voting
minutes.
machines were in numerous states, numerous counties. There's some sort of software backdoor, not unlike most phones will have a backdoor, but this will actually calculate and tell the person accessing the backdoor what type of voting percentages and what type of numbers are needed to change the win for a certain party, for a certain candidate.
Exactly. They can watch the voting real time. They run a computer algorithm on it as needed to either flip votes, take votes out, or alter the votes to make a candidate win.
So that's
that right there. Oh, wow. All right. So for her to come out and say that, all right, and that's what people were speculating. Trump was winning so heartily, okay, that the American people were voting Trump in, all right, and he was handily winning on election day. He was winning. Whoa. We got to stop. Turn up the machines. Let the algorithm was like, I need to work in overdrive. And that's why it was 100% in one direction, because they needed these votes to actually beat Trump. They needed the software to actually start really switching it up like crazy, because they were gonna lose. Excuse me. They are gonna lose because they're freaked out that they can't possibly imagine that people aren't listening to the mainstream media anymore, that they're actually listening to this, the real truth. That's what they're listening to. My goodness. It just, let me see this. This video is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys seen this. Is, I don't know who Imam of Peace is, but James Lindsay, Conceptual James, posted this. If you haven't seen this video is frightening.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
Oh my
We are truly
gosh.
proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling trending irresponsible
One-sided news stories
Plaguing our country.
Plaguing our
Sharing of
country.
Biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
Social
More
media
alarming,
news.
Some media outlets publish these same fake stories without
Fake
checking
stories?
facts first.
The sharing
Without
of
checking
bias
facts
and
first.
False news has become all too common on social media. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is
Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's satanic almost. This is a problem to our democracy. It is a threat to our democracy. They're all saying it's a threat to our democracy. No, you are a threat to our democracy. You are. All of you who are reading the words on your teleprompter telling you what to say, you are inauthentic, you are lying to the American public, and no one believes you anymore. Okay, that's why people are watching me. That's why people are watching Slightly Offensive. That's why the Blaze, Newsmax, all these alternative news, social media is more trustworthy than you are. News, okay? That's why people are not believing you anymore because you're lying, blatantly lying. We don't believe you anymore. And we shouldn't believe you because you're clearly lying. Hey, guess what? Joe Biden didn't win yet. Even if he was gonna take it, which I don't believe it's gonna happen, they wouldn't have even declared it yet. Okay? They haven't declared it yet. Joe Biden was asked during the debate, look, will you hold off to make sure that everything's legitimate? Would you please just make sure that you don't admit defeat or admit that you've won unless it actually calls it. And he's like, of course, I won't. I will definitely do that. I'm not going to. Well, you liar. Joe Biden's a liar. Kamala Harris is a liar. Mainstream media is lying. They're all lying. God, it's so frustrating. And I'm just over it. I'm so sick of it. Look at this. Today, this is something I noticed. Donald Trump, okay, yesterday posted, I won the election. And it said official sources call this election differently. Now, I don't know if you know, today in the Senate, they were answering for it. Check this out. They switched it from, it's no longer official sources. Now it's multiple sources. So why would they do that? Oh, because the media is not official sources. So they've been lying. They've been also, big tech is covering for this. Yesterday I had Savannah Hernandez on the show. We were talking about this. I think that they're sweating because they have been complicit in this whole theft of the election. Clearly, they're trying to steal this election. It's insane. It's insane. All right, so I'm done ranting about this freaking voter fraud stuff. Let's talk about something else.